This is Caitlin, your host of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, where we get no sleep and survive on coffee to watch just one more episode at night. Hello, and welcome back to another episode on the No Sleep for Dramas podcast. I'm your host, Caitlin, and we are back to talk about some C-dramas today. A couple weeks ago, I put out a podcast episode for all of the Youku C-dramas that were announced and or updated at their investor conference. Today, we are going to be talking about the IQIYI investor conference. I'm also going to be doing an episode on Tencent, but that probably won't come out until December, between the fact that I have the entire month of October scheduled out, and I think the Tencent conference happens at the end of October, but also because I'm taking a break in November. I am doing a Tencent episode. I am just probably not going to be putting it out until December. So don't worry, you're going to get the 3 networks. These are the only networks I do these episodes for: Youku, Tencent, and IQIYI. I would do it for Mango, but I usually can't find a lot of stuff about Mango, mainly because I don't watch a lot of Mango dramas. So the 3 major ones I usually talked about will have episodes. If you have not listened to the Youku episode I put out a couple weeks ago, you can go back a couple weeks and that will be there. This is also the second time I've done these lists. The first time was last year, so you have 3 lists from last year as well if you want to go check out some dramas that may or may not have premiered yet. In this list, if they have not premiered yet and I already talked about them in last year's list, I did not bring them into this list. Some Youku dramas a couple weeks ago, I did bring in the ones I talked about last year, but I think that was because I couldn't find a lot of information or a lot of dramas. IGE this time around was a different story, and I'll get into that on why that probably was in a second. If you want to hear about some other dramas that may have been updated and not premiered yet, you can go back to last year's list for IGE, and there's definitely some dramas there. Like, for example, the 3rd Fox Spirit Matchmaker got an update, but it has not premiered yet, and it definitely got updates last year in that list. Now, the reason why I did not do any repeats from last year, but also this episode is going to be hopefully longer, I think probably longer than the Youku list I released a couple weeks ago, is because IGE is my favorite C-drama network. I always have a ton of dramas to talk about, a ton of the new ones I'm excited for. This year's no different, because last year I found 20 dramas for every network that I was excited for. The Youku episode I released 2 weeks ago, I think there was like 13 dramas or so, and part of that was I wasn't interested in a lot, but another is I had difficulty finding dramas that they talked about or released information on. IGE, originally I think I had 22 on the list, and then I kind of just whittled that down to I think 17 or 18 because I couldn't find my drama list page made yet, or I couldn't find the trailer that they had released, like some type of things. There was definitely more dramas I'm going to be talking about in this episode than I did in the Youku. Some of these dramas, you'll definitely see their main reason why I'm excited for them, because they have a common thing. If this is your first time listening to this type of episode, every year, more likely twice a year at this point, many of the major Chinese drama networks do an investor conference. Usually it's one in the spring and then one in the fall time around this time, where they release a bunch of posters and trailers for all the upcoming dramas that they have made, that are planning to be released by the end of the year or in 2026, or they announce dramas they are planning on making. So iQIYI released posters and or trailers for dramas that we might see by the end of this year or that we might see in 2026 or even 2027. Apparently, they talked about nearly 400 things across dramas, movies, variety shows, donghwas, everything. I'm only going to be talking about dramas that caught my eye that I'm interested in. This is also not the entire list that I'm interested in because, again, I had to make cuts or this episode would be hours long. If you want to see the posters and or trailers, I have a post of this on the blog for you, so you can go on the blog and see everything the network IGE released for these dramas I'm going to talk about. The list also spans genres. It's in no particular order except maybe the first drama that I'm going to talk about. The format, if you are new, is I list the drama out, I introduce it a bit with the title, cast, synopsis, that type of thing, and then I'll say why I'm excited for this. Also, the blog post has MDL links to all of the dramas I'm going to talk about today, so you can go to the blog, find the MDL links there. In the blog, I either have the poster or the trailer in the blog post. I don't have both. So if I say that the network IGE released a poster and a trailer, I'll either have the poster or the trailer in the blog post. All right, let's get into talking about some of these dramas. I feel like that was a really, really long intro. The first drama I'm going to talk about is Fate Chooses You. The director of this is Gao Hu. Also, FYI, I apologize in advance if I mispronounce any of these names that I'm going to be saying in this episode. I am very bad at pronouncing Chinese names of actors, characters, sect titles, whatever. I'm really bad at the pronunciation. I do not think I'm right in pretty much anything I say when I pronounce these names. Anyway, Fate Chooses You is the first one I'm going to talk about. Director is Gao Hu. He directed A Dream Within a Dream. Screenwriter is Xiao Zhang Dong She directed Feud for one. The leads for this, there's a lot of leads. I think it's going to be like an ensemble cast in a way. You will know right away why I'm excited for this. The male lead is Ren Jialun. We all know why I'm excited for this. Ren Jialun, you may know him from One and Only or The Demon Hunter's Romance. Female lead is Rain Wang. She was in Mysterious Lowe's Casebook, The Ordinary Glory. It also stars Zhang Kaiying, who you might recognize from Back from the Brink or Melody of Golden Age. Huang Yi, who was in The Legend of Shen Li and Love and Redemption, Ding Xiaoying, The Embers and Amongst the Snowstorm of Love, Sung Zeyuan, sorry about that, Melody of Golden Age, I Am Nobody Season 2, and then lastly it stars Riley Wang, Back from the Brink, Love is Sweet. I love Riley Wang, by the way. All right, so the synopsis of this is it's a Shansha drama. In ancient times, the war ghost tribe broke the contract spirit's control, causing divine punishment and losing their perfect power. In the age of Shenying, Jinlin, leader of the Jinwu tribe, falsely orders the destruction of the Zanggu tribe, leading to their near extinction. 10,000 years later, Lu Qiangqiao is born, bringing hope to the Zhanggu clan. Xinmei, a unskilled disciple of the Tianwan sect, accidentally forms a spirit contract with Lu Qiangqiao, and together they face 6 calamities. So Renja Lun is Lu Qiangqiao, and then Xinmei is the female leads. They're the ones who form together with this spirit contract and they have to face 6 calamities apparently. IGE released some new character posters for this as well as a new trailer. I, of course, am interested in this drama because of Ren Jialun. I've stated this many times, but he's one of my favorite Chinese actors. This is also a Shansha drama, so he's gonna look amazing in all of these costumes. Also, it's a plus that it's a Shansha drama because I love that genre. I only know the female lead from her support roles, but I have liked her in those roles. I'm definitely curious how she's going to be in a lead role. I do have some of the dramas where she was a lead role on my plan to watch list. I just haven't gotten around to them. But let's be honest here, Ren Jialun is the reason why I'm interested in this drama. Riley Wang, also a fantastic support lead. I love him. I've seen a lot of his dramas. He does a lot of support roles. The new trailer for this also looks great. This drama is rumored for October for this month, but it has no confirmed premiere date yet, so we don't know. That was Fate Chooses You. Next drama I'm going to talk about is Love in Red Dust. The director is Chu Yu. He directed Blossoms in Adversity. Screenwriter is Qin Wen, who also screen wrote The Rebel. Leads are Wan Shin Yu, the double, of course, and Shu Rao Han, who you might know from the best thing of this year. Synopsis is on the night of the Mid Autumn Festival, the Fox General Yuan Han Se was ambushed in the Sailoon Valley, and his entire army was wiped out. He endured and hibernated, vowing to find out the truth about the corruption of military equipment. On the same night, Wen Dingyi, the daughter of a high ranking official, lost her family because her father was falsely accused of collaborating with the enemy. She changed her name to Mu Xiaoshu and disguised herself as a man to become the executioner's apprentice. 8 years later, on the execution ground, Xiao Shu herself almost died under the knife, but was fortunately saved by Hong Se. Little did he know that he had saved the daughter of a guilty minister who had had an affair with Wu Di, and little did she know that the one she was staring at was the son of the royal family who had caused her entire family to be wiped out. IQIYI released a new poster and new trailer for this Chinese drama, and I have to admit, this drama was not on my radar until this conference after I saw the trailer. I had no idea it existed. The trailer makes it look like there's going to be a good balance of comedy and serious moments. The synopsis definitely goes towards like revenge and serious, but the trailer definitely has comedy, just FYI. Wan Xingyu, of course, being the male lead, definitely is a plus. I mean, if you like the double, you always want to know his next drama. I know of the female lead, but I've never watched her in a drama before. Also, Chang Long is in this cast. I love him. He's a great comedy actor, and also the fact that he's part of this cast, you know there's going to be comedy in it. He is a comedian. Anytime he's in the cast, it is a comedy. So that is also telling me that there's going to be some great comedy in this. I love him whenever he's a support actor. He has, I think, multiple dramas coming out next year from iQIYI and other platforms where he's a support role. Also, Chu Yui being the director has also piqued my interest for this drama because a lot of the dramas he's directed I have loved, such as Blossoms in Adversity that I mentioned. Next drama we're going to talk about, another one that people probably already know about, Zhu Yu. Director is Zheng Qingjie, who did some of the more popular, smaller C-dramas Provoke and Butterflied Lover. Screenwriter is Zhao Yu, who wrote The Rise of Phoenixes. Leads Zhang Linghe, of course, Story of Kuning Palace, and then Tiang Shiwei, who we know from Guardians of the Dafeng. Synopsis of this drama: it follows Fang Changyu, a butcher's daughter, and Shi Zhang, a fallen noble seeking revenge. Their fake marriage turns into true love, but war tears them apart. Determined, Fang Che-yu wields her butcher's knife on the battlefield, searching for justice and her husband. Meanwhile, Shi Zhang reclaims his title, fighting to protect his country and love. Reunited in battle, they stand together, defying fate and uncovering the truth. iQIYI released a new poster for this drama, which showed all of the cast. It's not just the couple. So, what piqued my interest about this? One is Zheng Qingjie being the director, because I loved all of his short C-dramas he's directed. He's also the director of Blossom, which I know a lot of people have watched. I have not yet, of course. Also, the screenwriter caught my interest because Rise of the Phoenixes is a great Chinese drama. They also screenwrote Love Like the Galaxy, fantastic Chinese drama as well. Whenever this person's the screenwriter, it piques my interest. The two leads, of course, draw a lot of attention. I like both of them. I am curious to see Tian Shi-wei in this role because I can't picture her. Like, I know I've seen pictures and there's behind the scene photos of this, so I can now. But when it was announced that she was the female lead and you have that description of her becoming a general, soldier, whatever, in full armor, which they do show in the behind the scene photos of this, I couldn't picture that at first because she's small. I couldn't picture her short form in a military garb. But the behind the scenes photo, she looks really good. So now I'm even more curious to watch this. Also, the story sounds great because we have fake marriage, which we always like. They both are on the battlefield, which is always fun to watch. So there's a lot going for this drama for sure. Next drama needs no introduction. This has been a very, very talked about Chinese drama, and that is Overdue. Director Yi Jun, he did dramas like Bloody Romance. Screenwriter is Fei Wu Shi Kun, who screenwrote Because of Love. Of course, we have leads Zhang Linghe, Story of Kuning Palace, Wan Churan, Are You the One? Other leads are Fu Xingbo, who you might know from Joy of Life Season 2, Shu Zhenxuan, sorry if I mispronounced that, Time Raiders, who that is airing right now, Hey Q, Serendipity, then Wan Su, who you might know if you watched Dear Mr. Hermitage. She hasn't done a lot of dramas. Synopsis of Overdue, not that we don't already know it. In Shanghai during the Republic of China, Murong Qiying, the youngest son of the warlord, was abused by his adopted father because he was taken away by mistake. When he escaped as a teenager, he was saved by Ren Su, but his family suffered a catastrophe. After years of reunion, the two secretly fell in love, but Ren Su resolutely faked her death and fled to save others, leaving Murong King Yi to sink into the pain of losing love. 3 years later, Ren Su returns and became Murong Qiying's prospective sister-in-law. Now, one is full of resentment at being betrayed, and the other hides unspeakable pain with love and hate intertwined between temptation and pulling. When misunderstandings are gradually resolved and deep affection is rekindled, a national disaster comes. Murong King Yi and Ren Su are determined to fight against powerful enemies. Where will their fate lead them? IQIYI released some new character posters. I'm sure you guys have seen this. Who are we kidding? There's going to be a lot of pretty in this. Between Zhang Linghe and Wang Churan as leads, it's a gorgeous couple, of course. They look fantastic in Republican era costume. This synopsis says all the angst. All the angst. I mean, you got a sad backstory, you got people betraying other people, you got someone coming back as a prospective sister-in-law, you have forbidden love in that aspect, and then you have a national crisis, of course. So it just sounds like catastrophe after catastrophe that they have to deal with. I have seen all of the edits, all of the trailers of this drama. I am so excited. There's going to be a lot of pretty with this drama for sure. I also love Republican era dramas because the costumes are beautiful, and these two in costumes, of course, are gorgeous to look at. Another plus for me is Shu Zhenxuan being in the cast. I love him as well. He is a bleed unknown of who he plays, of course. The synopsis, given who the screenwriter is, the screenwriter definitely knows how to write good angst in a story based on some of these dramas they have already written. So I'm anticipating a lot of angst with this drama for sure. Next drama I'm going to talk about is A Prophet. Director is Yang Lei, who did Three Body. I could not find a screenwriter. Leads are Li Xing, who we know from Florist Peony, Li Yitong, who was in A Dream Within a Dream, of course, Wu Gong, who was in Joy of Life, Lu Guanlin, who was in Legend of Shen Li, and Gao Jinglin, who was in The Lost 11th Floor. All right, buckle up. This synopsis is long. Also, all of these synopses I got from MDL. I did not paraphrase or anything. I just copy and pasted from MDL. All right, synopsis of A Prophet. A young wealthy man from the Jiangxi region, Shangguan Chengming, lost his mother when he was young, and his father, always busy with business, neglected his education. He grew up spending his time listening to music in opera theaters where he met Zhang Fei Yan, a new actress in the theater troupe. Over time, he fell in love with her, and the two decided to get married. During the wedding banquet, a blind man who introduced himself as a fortune teller named Du shows up uninvited. He claims to be Zhang Fei Yan's benefactor and warns Shangguan to stay away. or else a family tragedy will occur. Few days later, Shen Guang receives the news that his father has died at home, his siblings have mysteriously disappeared, and his stepmother has fallen into a coma. Desperate, he helps Du rebuild a temple in exchange for information about his missing siblings. Du then tells him that their bodies are by the river. Shen Guang goes to search for them and nearly dies trying to recover the bodies, but is saved by an elderly man named Jin Bu Huan. Jin Bu Huan reveals that the tragedy of his family was a plot orchestrated by his wife and a group called the Jingshan sect? Jiangshan sect? Sorry, I mispronounced that. This organization uses astrology and scams to deceive and harm people. Consumed by revenge, Shangguang becomes Jin Bu Huan's disciple and begins to investigate those responsible for the massacre of his family and expose the Jiangshan sect. Long synopsis, but probably way more detailed than we need to know. IQIYI released a new poster for this Chinese drama. This Chinese drama sounds right up my alley, and I'm so excited for it. I love Li Xian. I've seen many of his dramas. This one just sounds so interesting to me. The cast looks great as well. It's a Republican era setting, which I've said multiple times this episode already. I love the costumes of that. It sounds like a revenge drama, which is always a good thing for me. This one's unique in a way that it's the male lead wanting revenge against his wife and fiance, which, at least in recent years, you have a lot of women leading revenge stories like Blossom or The Double. This one is the male lead wanting revenge against his fiance slash wife if they actually got married. That seems interesting to me. That seems crazy a little bit. Also, this sort of is giving me Tiansen Mystic vibes, just with like hunting down this sect and like dealing with temples and mystical things. Which, if you have not seen Tiansen Mystic, at least season 1. Season 2 was okay, but season 1 was great. Season 1 also stars Li Xiang, who I love him in that role. So the fact that this is giving those vibes already, sign me up. Next drama I'm going to talk about is called Now or Never. The director, I could not find one. Screenwriter, I also could not find one. The leads are Aoru Peng, who you might know from Coroner's Diary of this year, and Dai Lu Hua, who you might know from Moonlight Mystique from this year. Synopsis: the Chen family, a famous family of martial arts in Dafeng State, was framed and exterminated. More than 10 years later, its only surviving descendant, Chen Yi, was wronged again and became a wanted murderer. In order to find out the truth, Chen Yi, with the help of his good friend Ye Bo, avoided heavy pursuit and came to the first crime scene in Fengzheng City, a border town. Through a series of investigations, Chen Yi discovered that all this was closely related to a mysterious local organization, Bakjie Society. The organization secretly colluding with Qingling State to provide assistance for Qingling State's invasion of Dongfeng State. At the same time, Chen Yi also discovers that the organization was the real murderer behind the frame-up of his family, because the Chen family's martial arts had made great contributions to guarding the border. After learning the truth, Chen Yi and his partners worked tirelessly to finally eradicate the internal threat of the Bakjie Society, rebuild the border defense system that has been abandoned for many years, helping the border soldiers repel the invading army, and the grievances of the Chen family were readdressed. After his success, Chen Yi declined all rewards from the Dafeng Kingdom and left quietly. I'm assuming that was like the book synopsis or something like that, because both this one and The Prophet were very detailed. IGE released a new poster for this drama as well as some character posters. Me personally, this is the first time I'm hearing about this drama. I don't know if that's actually the case. I still have no idea if this has started filming, is filming, completed filming. I can't really find anything on that. Aoru Peng is on my radar due to Coroner's Diary, so that's a plus for me. I also like multiple people in the supporting cast of this. If you have just listened to the synopsis, that setup sounds like something I would like. We got revenge, we got someone framed for murder, we got a group of friends going around investigating cases, historical investigation, Chinese drama, all those things I'm very excited for. So, of course, this is going to be added to my list of looking forward to. Next drama is called Shadows of Desire. We only know the synopsis so far of this, and I think this is the book synopsis because IQIYI announced this as a new drama they're going to make with a concept poster at this conference. I think the synopsis that MDL has is from the book it's based off of and not actually like written by somebody who wrote the screenplay or whatever. The synopsis of Shadows of Desire is Chen Xingwu was originally an ordinary woman. She entered the military camp by chance. After training, she grew into a heroine general. Not only did she make friends with life and death partners, but she also received guidance and support from her predecessors. She was determined to protect the peace of her country as her mission. During her military service, she reunited with Shang Jingjian, whom she had known in the past. Shang Jingjian was a civil servant of the dynasty. He entered the game and fought against the treacherous. He was determined to clean up the court, suppress prices, promote agriculture, promote agriculture and water conservancy, run schools and academies, and support and promote people with lofty ideals from poor backgrounds. Zhang Qingjian and Shen Qingwu had different desires and belonged to different camps, but they eventually came together because of their common ideals. They worked together to quell rebellions, save the weak, suppress mountain bandits, fight treacherous ministers, and repel enemy troops. They broke monopoly of aristocratic families not to marry ordinary people, stabilized the country, and spent the rest of their lives together. Due to the poster and that description, it looks like it will be a female general and then like a scholar palace official teaming up. As I stated, we don't know the cast or crew of this one. We just have the synopsis. I'm really curious if this is really going to be an official scholar and general pairing because in my mind, if it's a female general and a male lead who is a scholar, I imagine the physical scenes are going to be belonging to the female lead, and more of like the brain of the couple is going to be the scholar, the male lead. And I feel like we haven't gotten that type of dynamic where you have a strong female, stronger female versus male. I mean, he's smart. He might not be physically strong, though, unless he's also like a military general or something. We don't know yet. But that dynamic, if that actually happens, sounds really unique and really interesting to me because we don't get that dynamic a lot. Usually it's like the general is a man and he's the stronger character, and then there's a female character who could be strong as well, but we never get possibly weak male, stronger female. We always get vice versa, or they're both strong. So this could be the case that they're both strong and he's just a scholar. We don't know yet. But that's what piqued my interest is that dynamic that could possibly happen. Next drama I'm going to talk about is another drama that they introduced by releasing a concept poster. Not much is known about this except for the synopsis. It is called Di Mao. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Synopsis, which I think again is a book synopsis. Synopsis is although Ren Yao Qi broke away from the fetters of her family in her previous lifetime, as she erroneously believed in her blood relative's speech and views about sacrificing everything for the family's interest, it ultimately led to her elder sister self-immolating in the army camp, her mother passing away early, and her father dying with his blood splattered across the sword. When she was reborn to her younger time, she swore that she would chop away all the sharp claws which intended to control her life. Her father's concubine, who had some sinister motives, the cruel elders, and the aggressive foreign enemies, and big words. Aggressive foreign enemies and the surreptitious behaviors of harming people from the secret corners of the court. She will expose their painted skins of disguise one by one and strive for a life of happiness and peace for herself and those she loves. We love female empowerment here. This seems like a strong female lead story. I'm already there. As I said, IQIYI announced this drama by releasing the first concept poster, so we don't know who's directing, who's writing, who's the cast yet. Sounds like it's going to be a rebirth story. I'm always a sucker for those, so I'm immediately interested. Granted, I have a long list of Rebirth Chinese dramas I need to watch. That's pretty much what piqued my interest, is the Rebirth. Also, it's a revenge story, it sounds like, or at least maybe not revenge, but getting away from people who caused harm in my life type situation. Probably revenge. Either way, I'm interested. The poster has a Go board on it, which seems to me that's a strategy game or a War of the Minds game. So it's telling me that this character potentially is very smart. And I love a good, smart character who uses her brain to overcome enemies. Also, the poster just looks gorgeous and is some really interesting concepts because the bottom of it seems like it's burning. So that piques my interest as well. Also, in my opinion, this is a side note. In my opinion, IQIYI, for me, I'm not saying it's a confirmed thing, but for me, in my opinion, IQIYI makes very, very, very good historical investigation dramas. Love them. They're always my favorite. They also make very good, strong female revenge dramas, in my opinion. So this list is going to be full of them. Next drama I'm going to talk about is one called Silent Tides. This has been a talked about drama for a while. Director is Liu Zhang, who did Warm and Sweet. Screenwriter is Gu Xiaobai, Day and Night. If you have not watched that crime drama, please do. Season 2 came out this year. I need to watch Season 2. Season 1 is fantastic. Leads, Ren Jialun, Demon Hunter's Romance from this year, Lang Ying Ying from This Thriving Land of this year, Bi Chun, Joy of Life Season 2, and then Tan Kai, who was in Shadow Love. Synopsis for this: Hei Ru Shan, Fen Bai Chuan, and the Shen brothers navigate wartime struggles in finance, espionage, and material transport in Macau during World War II. Though untouched by Japanese occupation, Macau becomes a crucial battleground where they courageously fight for the nation. IQIYI released a new trailer for this. There's a ton of trailers, a ton of posters out. I would not be surprised if this was released by the end of the year. I hear rumors December. I will not be surprised if I see that happen. As I said, this has been promoting for a while. It's also been done being made for a while as well. Of course, Ren Jialun's in it. I'm interested. Like, need I say more? This is a drama that takes place in the 1940s. Ren Jialun looks great in costume from the 1940s, in my opinion. AKA, it gives Autumn Cicada vibes. If you have not seen that drama, I recommend that as well. That is a spy 1940s drama starring Ren Jialun. From the trailer, this looks like an intense, high production historical drama. It looks like a serious historical drama. It does not look like it will have a happy ending. I don't even know if it has romance in it. It doesn't look like it will. So are we surprised Ren Jialun is starring in this because he has a reputation for sad endings? No. Has he only done sad endings? No. He does have dramas that have happy endings, but he is known for doing sad ending dramas. This is going to be another sad ending drama. At least that's the vibe it's giving. As I said, it probably will be released by the end of the year. Next drama I'm going to talk about, it does not have an English title, Bang Cheng Fang Yu. We do not know the director. We don't know the screenwriter. Apparently, the leads are Zhen Ye Chen, who you may remember from Kill My Sins, and Yang Chao Yu, who you remember from Love You 7 Times. I have not seen an 100% confirmation on that. I don't even know if this has started filming, so I don't know. It's on MDL, so I'm assuming those are the leads, but I haven't seen any confirmation on it. We also don't really have a synopsis. This is kind of like a one-sentence thing from, I'm assuming, the book. The synopsis is: love-hate entanglements occur between Xuan Yi, princess of the Zhu Yin clan, and Fu Kong, an immortal lord of the Hua Shu tribe. IQIYI released a concept poster, thus announcing the existence of this drama. Unclear if they've started filming, where that is. Are they filming now? Is it complete? Unclear. Why did this pique my interest? Two reasons. One, I love Zheng Yi Cheng. If he's in a historical drama, if he's in a Xuanxia drama, sign me up. I love his fight scenes so much. Also, this is a Shansha drama, so of course I'm gonna be interested. I really don't have a lot of Shansha dramas on this list. I don't know why, but apparently they are not making a ton, or at least not a new ones, I guess. But that's pretty much all we know about this one. As I said, we don't even know the English title. Poster looks gorgeous, though. The concept poster looks really nice. Next drama I'm going to talk about pretty much needs no introduction. That is Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty 3 to Chang'an. Director is Bai Xuan, who did Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty, of course. Screenwriter is Wei Feng Hua, who also did Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty and Season 2. Most of the people in this cast and director and screenwriter did Season 1 and Season 2. So when I say Strange Tales of Tang Dynasty, they are most likely in both seasons. Leads, of course, are Yang Shu Wen and Yang Zigong. They are the leads from the previous two seasons of Strange Tales of the Tang Dynasty. Gao Si-wen, Chen Chuan, and Sun Zhu-ning also are leads. They also appeared in the previous two seasons. Synopsis for Season 3 of this Chinese drama. During the transition from the summer and autumn seasons of the second year of the Xuan Tian era, although the emperor has ascended the throne, the power of the grand princess have grown even stronger, and the situation in Chang'an remained uncertain. Lu Lingfeng and Su Wuming were ordered to return to Chang'an with the detective team members composed of Pai Shijun, Master Fei, Ying Tao, and Shu Huan under the pretext of escorting golden peaches offered by the kingdom of Kong. In the prosperous Chang'an, Lu Lingfeng was reinstated as the vice minister of the imperial court justice, while Su Wuming opened a Sushang delicacy shop to make a living. Su Lingfeng hired him as his secret investigator to delve into various cases in the neighborhoods of Chang'an, allowing them to interact with a broad range of common people, their livelihoods, and to avoid the struggle between the emperor and the grand princess. Some of that kind of is context that, like, you probably need to watch season 1 and season 2. In my opinion, you don't need to, but I would highly recommend you do because they are fantastic, in my opinion. Granted, I haven't seen season 2. Season 1, though, is fantastic. IQIYI released a new trailer for the new season, which you can watch on my blog. As I said, I have watched season 1, have not watched season 2. I liked season 1 a lot. Chemistry between the two main leads is fantastic. I love them together. This is also historical investigation, Chinese drama. Of course, that is a good thing for me. I'm assuming this is going to air by the end of the year. The rumor is October this month or November. It has been ready to go for a while. So I'm assuming this is going to be released by the end of the year, which tells me I need to probably rewatch season 1 and watch season 2. If you have not watched this historical crime drama series, please do. Please do. It's fantastic. Also, you got some fantastic bromance. Next up, we got a Chinese drama that also was announced into existence at the conference with a concept poster. It does not have an English title yet. Bai Yao Pu is the title. The director is Edward Guo. You might know him from Fangs of Fortune, along with many of his other dramas. He's infamous at this point in Chinese drama land. Screenwriter is Ge Rui. He did dramas like Candle in the Tomb, The Wrath of Time. Instant, I want to watch this. Director, I like too, but screenwriter, instant, I want to watch this. Leads unknown, we don't know who's going to star in this. Synopsis tells the story of a ghost doctor named Tao Yao who can cure humans and monsters. He travels with Master Lu, a young monk named a young monk named Mo Ya, and Mo Ya's follower, the Fox Gun Gun, through the dangerous and nostalgic human world, treating many with difficult and complex diseases from monsters around them and solving problems for humans. I am a sucker for doctor historical dramas. I need to watch more of them. So the fact that this is probably a Shansha doctor drama, sign me up immediately. The synopsis sounds amazing. Group of people wandering around a historical / Shansha setting C drama land, treating diseases and investigating weird cases. Sign me up. like immediately. I'm really curious who the cast is going to be. I'm praying it is going to be a good cast. Also, knowing Edward Guo, he loves certain actors and actresses. So will not be surprised if certain actresses and actors show up in this. We'll have to wait and see. We know it's at least going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 people in the traveling group. It's unclear if they're all men or women either, just from the names. I don't know. I'm really curious what this cast is going to be because I'm praying it has a good cast. The director, as I said, is quite infamous at this point. He makes gorgeous looking dramas. So I'm anticipating this to also look gorgeous. Next drama we're going to talk about is a drama called Abyss. We don't know the director or the screenwriter. We don't know the synopsis either. The only thing we know is the leads. And this also is not confirmed, I don't think. I have not seen a confirmation. It explains a lot, though, from what I'm about to say. The leads are Ren Loon, A Demon Hunter's Romance, and Kim Ju Jae, who you might know from Side Story of Fox Volant. IQIYI announced the existence of this drama with a concept poster. Looks pretty cool to me. According to the synopsis of the book, which is not written in MDL but in the comments of this drama, it is a cop mystery Chinese drama, a modern cop drama. Of course, Ren Loon is in it, so I'm excited for that. Ren Loon has done cop dramas in the past, so I'm excited to watch him do more. Explains why he's walking around with a buzz cut haircut right now, which looks great on him, but it probably is why, because he's shooting this drama. Also, Kim Ju Jae, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. I love him as an actor. He needs more lead roles. He's a fantastic actor, in my opinion. I have so many dramas I've watched of his, and I need to watch more of his that I have not seen. But he is fantastic. Him teaming up with Ren Loon, like bromance. If this is a bromance cop shot, give me right now. I love them together. And so I need this drama yesterday. I hope it's good. I really hope it's good. All right, I promise that's my last Ren Loon drama. Apparently, IQIYI just keeps him booked and busy because I feel like that's the only types of dramas he ever makes. I'm kidding though. He definitely does some for other networks, but he works all the time with IQIYI. All right, I think I have 4 or 5 other dramas I'm going to talk about. The next one I'm going to talk about is a drama called Ferryman 10th Anniversary. Director is Xu Xing Mao, who did The Journey Across the Night. We don't know a screenwriter. The leads are Lu Ziyang, Yu Yi, Xiao Yin, who all starred in the original Ferryman series. Okay, if you do not know what Ferryman is, it is an extremely popular old Chinese drama series. As the title says, it is 10 years old. So IQIYI apparently brought back the original cast and either is doing a reboot or this is a completely new story. I don't know. They clearly have more money than the original series because if you watch that now, they did not have money when they made the original series, but it definitely has developed a cult following. It is a very popular IP in China. The synopsis for this: at Mirage City's 444 convenience store, Shi Dong King and Ya join forces with Cryptic Night Watcher to maintain the balance between realms until Crimson Moon exposes a hidden conspiracy. Though peace returns, new anomalies stir in the shadows. I have watched the first season of this a really long time ago, not as it aired 10 years ago, but at least 8 years ago. There's 2 other seasons of this. There's a spin-off, which I think is done in Singapore, I want to say. It was not the normal, quote unquote, normal Asian dramas. It wasn't like Taiwan, for example. There was a spin-off that came out like a couple years ago, and then there's even like a TV movie from this series. This is very popular. So a lot of people are really excited for this. I'm excited for it, but I need to rewatch season 1 and also watch season 2 and season 3 because I remember loving season 1, even though it was 8 years ago. The trailer looks fantastic. Clearly they have more money, but the trailer looks fantastic. And this is definitely a genre of Chinese drama I love. Given the name, you have Ferryman, right? It's basically about a man who can see ghosts and his job is to ferry, quote unquote, ferry these ghosts to the afterlife through this convenience store. They also apparently brought back all of the original cast, as I just listed, for this 10th anniversary. I am so excited for this drama. I can't explain how excited I am. Next drama I'm going to talk about is Ga Shi. Director is Mao Shu, who did When I Fly Towards You. Screenwriter, I could not find one. The leads are Chen Xing Shu, who you might know from The Starry Love, and Lulu Zhao, who you might know from Blossoms in Adversity, among others. Synopsis. Xiao Zhu Yu and Hu Shu first met during a murder mystery game set in Republican era China themed scenarios. They assume fake identities and act out fictional plots, yet both grow curious about each other's real life personas. Then, in real life, they meet as if destined by fate. From there, the story unfolds in dual narratives, one following the fictional plot of the mystery game, the other depicting their real life encounters. Amidst the interplay of illusion and reality, the pair soon come to understand their true feelings. Now will they find their way to each other and end up happily ever after. IQIYI released a new poster and trailer for this at the conference. I think this C drama has a really interesting setup for the story. You got two separate time periods in one drama due to the fact that they are playing a mystery game in the Republican era, and then you have a modern era love story. Of course, these two leads look amazing in Republican era costume. They look gorgeous. We have seen Chen Xing Shu in Republican era costumes before. I don't know if we've ever seen Lulu Xiao. I don't know. I also love that they're playing a murder mystery game, which means we potentially have murder mystery in this plot. Sign me up. I love a good crime drama. A bunch of the actors and actresses in the support cast I like as well. I think this story sounds really unique. Also, the trailer looks beautiful. Looks beautiful. I definitely want to check this one out for sure. Okay, next drama is a drama called Call for the Truth. Director and screenwriter is unknown. We also don't know the synopsis. Stars are Sang Yi, who you might know from Shadow Love, Leon Long from Another Me, Jin Jia from Under the Skin, Lin Yongzhen from A Long Way Back, and Zhao Fang from The Storm of Roses. IGE announced the existence of this drama through a concept poster. Apparently, according to MDL, this is a remake of the Japanese drama Unnatural, which is a crime forensics Japanese drama. I hear is fantastic. It is on my list to watch. I have not seen it yet. It's been on my plan to watch list for years at this point. I'm interested in this drama for two reasons. One is it's a crime drama plus a forensics crime drama, which is one of my favorite genres of the crime drama genre. Second is the cast. It has Leon Long, Song Yi, and Jin Jia, just to name a few. All three of those actors I love, and to have them all in a drama together, sign me up. So I basically need to go and watch the Japanese drama Unnatural at this point. All right, last drama I'm going to talk about was one that I was really surprised we got an update. It is called Ball Lightning. The director is Pan An-zi, who did Under the Microscope, and Dai Mo, who did Detective Chinatown. Screenwriter is Lu Xixin, who wrote Three Body. We have the leads Tong Yao, who was in The Rebel, and Wang Anyu, who was in The Last Immortal. Synopsis of this is when Chen's parents are incinerated before his eyes by a blast of ball lightning, he devotes his life to cracking the secret of the mysterious natural phenomena. His search takes him to stormy mountaintops, an experimental military weapons lab, and an old Soviet science station. The more he learns, the more he comes to realize that ball lightning is just the tip of the entirely new frontier of particle physics. Although Chen's quest provides a purpose for his lonely life, his reasons for chasing his elusive quarry come into conflict with soldiers and scientists who have motives of their own. A beautiful army major with an obsession with dangerous weaponry, and a physicist who has no place for ethical considerations in a single-minded pursuit of knowledge. IGE released a new poster for this Chinese drama. Let me tell you, I have been wanting this drama for years. I swear it was completed like 4 years ago. I could have sworn it was done a long time ago. It could have aired any time. I don't know what held it up. I'm just happy that IQIYI finally released a new poster because it's telling me that we might be getting it, but this has been around in, like, circulation of being released for years. Like, I just want it. I just want it so bad. It looks like a high budget C-drama, like, looking at the poster, and just the concept sounds really interesting. The cast has a bunch of veteran cast members in the supporting and lead roles. There's a lot going for this drama, and I just want it released so much. Also, the fact the directors and the screenwriters, all three of them have worked on dramas that I love. So to have them all working together on this drama, I need it yesterday. I'm also always curious about sci-fi genre C-dramas because in general, in my opinion, whether it's Chinese, Korean, Japanese, whatever, Asian dramas have hits and misses when it comes to the sci-fi genre. Some have been fantastic and some have not been good, in my opinion. I'm just so curious about this drama. I really hope it's good, and I really hope that I actually get to watch it. Because again, I've been waiting forever for it. So getting a new poster gives me hope. That is everything that I've collected. That is my list of the IQIYI dramas that caught my eye during this conference. Let me know in the comments, like, what that was newly announced. Are you interested in anything that I mentioned that you did not know about? Anything I mentioned now has your interest and you want to know more of? Do you like these types of lists? Let me know. Are you a C-drama watcher? Do you wanna become one? Let me know, let me know. As I said, the 10-cent episode for this type of list is probably gonna be out in December. It definitely will be out by the end of the year. Because I do plan to do it. So they just have to have the conference. Because as I said, they also have not had the conference. But that is the episode. That is my list of IQE dramas I'm excited for. Let me know what some of the ones you are looking forward to, what you are excited for, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye. If you want to continue the conversations about dramas that were started in this episode, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky under the username No Sleep for Dramas. That is No Sleep, the number 4 dramas, just like in the title of the podcast. This podcast is also an expansion of my blog, so you can visit my blog at www.nosleepfordramas.com, the number 4 dramas.com, and find multiple years of blog posts already available at your fingertips. All links are in the description of this episode. Finally, please give this podcast a like or a follow wherever you listen to the podcast. Leaving a comment or a review also helps a lot. We love hearing ideas and feedback from all of you. Share the podcast with your friends as well. Thank you for listening. This has been an episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, and I am your host, Caitlin. I will see you here next time, and I hope you get no sleep chasing the next episode just like me. Good night.